What's up, everybody? Sean here again with another edition of Mostly Metal. I'm going to go through today some stuff I've purchased recently. Later today I'm going to do another auction video. Hopefully have about 3 or 4 more of those and we'll be done with this round of auctions. But I'm going to fly through some of the stuff real quick. I'm in the background. I'm still listening to the new Blood Incantation. I think I got the cover over here. I talked about this in one of my previous videos. This got Album of the Year by Decibel Magazine. Not that they're the be-all end-all for what's good and what's not, but I tend to use them as a resource. I still am not wrapping my head around this album, so maybe if someone runs across this video can help explain to me the greatness of this album, it would be appreciated. Obviously, very technical, great players, masters of their instruments, so to speak. I'm not a huge tech deaf fan, so maybe that might be part of it. There's some great riffs in this, but it's just not sticking with me. I can listen to this album over and over again like I have, and nothing sticks in my craw, so to speak. So first up, we're going to talk about the new Exhumed album called Horror. I pre-ordered the box set, which it's hard to tell probably on video, but it's meant to look like a VCR. So this would be your VHS tape. For those of you who don't know, this is the way us old folks used to watch movies. So this is like the front of the VCR, and that's the back. Exhumed are huge horror movie fanatics. So it kind of makes sense that they would have a horror-themed box set. It came with a t-shirt, not much to it, but it's meant to be like a Blockbuster Video logo. But I think it says Slaughter or Slaughtered, and my name is Exhumed. The Blockbuster employees used to have a name tag. That's how us folks used to go rent movies, horror movies back in the day. At least that's how I did it. So this box set's kind of cool. They actually came with a VHS tape. I think it's in Relapse Home Video. I don't remember which company had this logo, but it's kind of cool. You know, the horror sticker. A lot of movies had a little sticker on the side so you knew what genre movie it was. Back in the day, it even has the Please Be Kind and Rewind sticker. So for you young folks that don't remember, we used to have to rent these movies, and then if you didn't rewind it before you took it back to the video store, you, I think, get a fine of like $2 or something, because they didn't want to inconvenience the next person renting the movie to have to rewind it before they watched it. Kind of a pain in the ass. But this is about the making of the movie, I believe, and I think it has a couple of videos, so that's kind of cool. You get your membership card. Again, looks like a Blockbuster Video card. Some VHS stickers, and this is vinyl version of the album. This is the Blood Red and White merged with Splatter, limited to 100 copies. And on the back here, it's got some old school looking VHS movies. I've actually listened to this album. If you liked Exhumed, you know what you're getting. Nothing too shocking. Shockingly different, I should say. Some of the lyrics may be shocking to some folks, but typical horror movie gore, lyrical content, not quite as gruesome as Cannibal Corpse, but Matt Harvey, I believe, is one of the gentlemen in the band. He's been in the scene for decades, so I'm glad to see Exhumed are still alive and kicking. Next, I talked about this in my other videos, but the new Swans album, autographed by Michael Gear on the back. Love this album. This is probably going to be in my top 10 of the year. I'll probably do another video on Swans someday, but highly recommend picking up Leaving Meaning. I don't know if it was Leaving Meaning or Meaning Leaving, because it says the opposite on each side, but great stuff. Next up, a couple of CDs I picked up. I thought I had this. Heaven Shall Burn, When We Are Gathered by Marduk. This is not a... I don't know if this is a reissue. I think this is a reissue. Yeah, of course it is. Came out in 2015. Not much to see here, especially on this camera because it's all black, dark black and purple. Some nice, I love these pictures these black metal guys come up with. Especially, I like that one right there. The invisible oranges pose like they're holding oranges. But this one, I mean, that's black metal right there. Great album from Marduk. I think for some reason these guys don't get mentioned as much as Immortal Mayhem, Enslaved, etc. But I think Marduk is definitely up there as far as great black metal goes. This, and what record label did that come out on? Probably Osmos Productions. This one came out on Shadow Kingdom. This is a band called Excuse. This came out this year. Kind of old school death metal. The production on this kind of sucks, but I think that's probably part of the point. Got some lyrics on the inside. There's the picture of the band. I like this album. It's kind of dirty sounding, kind of black metalish, but more leans more towards the death metal side. Kind of a messy, sloppy production, so it feels like you're kind of in the rehearsal room or the recording room with these guys while they recorded the album. But I've been enjoying it. It took a few spins. There's only 6 songs, and most of these songs are well over 5 minutes long. So unlike Blood Incantation, I latched onto this pretty quickly. So give Excuse a spin. And then speaking of Exhumed, this is the new Exhumed Gatecreeper split. Gatecreeper I've been listening to a lot lately. I think they're one of the best death metal albums, or one of the best there's a guy in my front yard for some reason. One of the best death metal bands going on right now. Turned a friend onto them recently. I think they're kind of a mix between Obituary and Entombed. Kind of they have that Entombed tone, but the Obituary groove and riffing, I think, so check them out. This has 2 songs by Gatecreeper, which I believe are originals, and then 3 by Exhumed, which are all covers. So it's got Crypt of Terror by Genocide, Re-Entry and Destruction by Deathstrike, and The Day Man Lost by Carnage. I've heard of Carnage, but not the other 2 bands. And that's kind of what I like picking these up, because if I like the cover version, odds are I'm going to like the original. So I like to go check out these bands on the side too. And this is limited to 300 copies, so it's like a violet cover. It might look pink or purple, but it says it's violet. So listen to this a lot. It's great. Highly recommend it if you can find it. You don't need to get the limited edition version if you don't want, but highly recommended. Gatecreeper and Exhumed. Next up, sorry I'm dropping shit left and right today, but next up we've got Bleach Everything and Integrity Split. And these are there's 10 songs, and it's Integrity plays Septic Death, Bleach Everything covers Rocket from the Crypt, and this is the first pressing on green vinyl, so it's a album of covers. I preferred the Bleach Everything songs on this. It's got a cool inner. That's the Bleach Everything side, and this is the Integrity side. Great album so far. I don't know if this is an album or an EP, but this is the green see-through vinyl, transparent vinyl. If you know Integrity, you know what it sounds like. Hardcore with death metal, extreme death metal vocals, very heavy. Bleach Everything is more punk rockish death metal, hard to say, but overall great stuff. And I got this from Dark Operative out of California, and they send a bunch of cool stickers. This is a sticker from Magic Bullet Records, kind of their own sticker, and a Bleach Everything sticker, along with a Bleach Everything little flexi that they put out called I Killed a Werewolf Once. So it's like a little 3-inch flexi record, which I don't think I've ever seen. Comes with some pictures of the band, so that was kind of a cool addition. They didn't have to throw that in, but they did, along with the stickers of other labels as well, like Magic Bullet. So that's cool. Labels supporting other labels. Next up is the debut from, I believe this was the debut, How Strange Innocence from Explosions in the Sky. They actually came to my town back, I want to say 2 months ago, which was kind of shocking because where I live, we don't typically get much in the way of concerts. It played in a small theater that holds, I don't know, 600-700 people. Comes with a little thank you from Temporary Residents, which is who released this reissue, and it comes on a cool blue swirl. That's a new word for blue swirl blurl. Great album. It's instrumental. Probably one of the best, if not the best, Explosions in the Skies album. They are great live too. If you like kind of instrumental, I think they call it post-rock, shoegaze, whatever. A lot of small, quiet parts that build up into heavier parts. May not be your cup of tea, but I'll link it below. Next up, we've got Haunt. Mosaic Visions. I believe this is an EP with only 4 songs on it. And this is they call it the Grimace Purple and Gold. This is, I'm trying to use my brain here, apologize. Very cool looking vinyl though. The son of, I want to say, excuse me, Montrose? Could be wrong. But this is more of a new wave of British heavy metal type stuff. So if you like melodic hard rock type albums, the riffs on this are extremely catchy. This is also on Shadow Kingdom. So I highly recommend checking this out. Trevor Williams Church, that's his name. The guy puts out, it feels like an EP and an album or 2 every year. I can't keep up. I think he's got 2 albums I haven't heard yet. So, and one of his new ones ended on Decibel's top 40 list as well. So highly recommend checking out Haunt if you want a little melody thrown into your metal and you get a little tired of listening to black metal nonstop. It's a nice little change of pace. Fall of, I never knew how to pronounce Roros, I don't know, I apologize to the band. This is their new one, Patterns in Mythology. Atmospheric black metal, great stuff. Everything they put out is awesome. There's the insert, lyrics. I don't think there's any special color variation. Oh, there is on this one. I don't remember what color it is, but it's kind of a grayish color. Atmospheric metal that demands your attention, demands you to sit with it and listen to it. This isn't black metal you can just put in the background. Lots of cool atmosphere. Kind of feel like you're walking through the wilderness. I believe this one ended up in Decibel's list too. Just ironically, it's the stuff I bought before Decibel released their list. So I'm a huge fan of this band. I think everything they've done is great. They continue to mature. The vocals may be a little off-putting for some people if you're not a fan of black metal, but the music is top-notch. Great songwriting too, so check that out. Finally, no, we got 2 more. One of my top, I'm gonna say, I hate to rank stuff, but I'll just say a great death metal album. This is the new Tomb Mold. I don't think I've talked about this yet. It may have been on the background in one of my videos, but Planetary Clairvoyance. This is the way death metal should be done, along with this last album I'm going to talk about. I don't know if this album ended up on any year-end lists. It should, though. I've got some kind of cool neon, crazy color version from 20 Buck Spin. Pre-ordered on their Bandcamp site, I believe. There's only 7 songs on this, but these guys do death metal right. If you think you've heard it all in death metal, could be true to an extent, but I feel like these guys bring something a little different to the genre. feels a little refreshing when you listen to them. You feel like you've heard it before. It feels familiar, but in a way it's not. Got some cool artwork here. Came with the vinyl version. So if you're a death metal fan, again, and you're tired of wearing out your Cannibal Corpse and obituary CDs, pick up the new Tomb Mold. Highly recommend this one as well. Last but not least, definitely not least, the band I talked about earlier. This is their latest full-length Deserted. This is Gatecreeper on Relapse. Great death metal. I would say this might be a notch above Tomb Mold, but not much. And this is the picture disc version. I didn't realize about the picture disc version. Usually not a huge fan of picture disc because of sound quality, but they do look cool. That's the front, and their side A, I believe, and that's side B. And it also comes with an insert, which I will show you. More creepy art on one side, and some lyrics on the other side. Great artwork. It's probably hard to see on camera, but if you look close, there's a lot of nuanced detail in this artwork. If you take a gander, I'd love to see the original painting of this. But these guys, as I said earlier, remind me of a mix of Obituary and Entombed. So they have that dirty, sludgy tone of Entombed, those guitars that sound like they're tuned down to maybe C. But they have the riffs and the catchiness of an Obituary, kind of a groovy death metal vibe, and the lead singer does the vocals that are hard to understand at times, but he enunciates very well in different tones, and kind of just does the blah or the bleh, that kind of stuff. So that's him right there. I might post a link below. They recently did one of these K-Pit videos where they put bands in a room with like 50 people. I think Kerrang! A magazine puts it on, but yeah, it's great stuff. So I'll link all this stuff below. That's pretty much it for now. Coming up, I have the new Nick Cave. I've got some municipal waste. I've got some old school rap that I found in a record store. The new Cody Jinks. He put out 2 albums recently. I'll be talking about that as well. So thanks for checking this out, guys, and hopefully you have learned something new about some music you want to discover. See you later.